Yes.
The channel to another stream. Obviously, we are playing Villa, big game on the road tonight. 90 people in the building. Hope you're all doing well. Let us know your nerve levels for tonight. We're going to get into all the ins and outs around this fixture, the players missing, our predicted 11. Have a good conversation about how big this fixture is, because after the run of results we've had, this game is actually huge. It genuinely is a huge game. So before we do, though, house rules as always, over 100 in the building. Please do us a massive favor and get those likes up. Smash the like button, the big thumbs up below me and Jordy Porty. It's free to do, and subscribe if you're new around here. We're getting very close to 85k. So just do us those two favors, like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments your thoughts on tonight's game. Like I said, bro, it's a huge game. Obviously, Villa away, they're rampant right now. I said on the panel show last night, the stat that's they've not lost at home since they played Arsenal at home last season when Jorginho scored the screamer, which might have been like February or March. So we're like 8-9 months in since Villa last lost in Villa Park. But Martin did say that they haven't had a proper test this season, so we are the first test coming to Villa Park. But are we much of a test? Minus the players that we do, I suppose.
I think the thing is, it is difficult when you look at the fact that Rodri's not there, and the games where we've typically dropped points. Rodri is usually in there. Rodri is usually out of there. Sorry. So that's a little bit of it's a major concern. One of the biggest concerns of this game is the fact that he's not in there. But I'm deluded, bro. I back us. I back us. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but I back us to win tonight, and I don't know whether it's because I feel like this is potentially a must-win game. Like, and I hope that we step it up. Maybe it is more just hopes over facts, but the most people that I'm seeing is saying that we're gonna lose today or drop points at least, and. Yeah, I'm just City must. Yeah, Master, either way, City must. We must, bro. That's all I can go with, isn't it? Like, it's a major game. The City need to step it up. We can't keep drawing our games, and we definitely don't want to lose it. So there's only one option left, and that's to win the fucking game. So we've got to step up, man, and the players have got to step up because the players who aren't available, like Rodri. So someone's gonna have to step up and do a job, and. Oh, you know what I mean? And before people say, that ain't Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips can't step up and do that job right now.
we are going to talk about Calvin, but I mean, it's a huge game. It's
major.
It's being donned for me as the biggest game of the season so far, because like I understand the hopeless optimism that we have as a fan base that, when it matters most and we get to the business end of the season, we'll click into gear and we'll go on a 20-game run and we'll win the league type thing. I believe that's well within the realms of possibility. That is something we can do. But am I sitting here saying I'm just going to rely on that and say that's an excuse to have a chiller at this stage of the season? No, absolutely not. 3 draws against Big Six opposition. I've said this enough. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough. But does that mean we are out of a title race? No, absolutely not. But these games, Villa away and Luton away this week, they are both tough games. I don't care where Luton are in the table. You saw they took a point off Liverpool Road, and the game they gave Arsenal last night, they were 1 play away from getting a point off Arsenal too. So going to Kenilworth Road on Sunday, it's no God-given right we're getting 3 points there. So both the games this week, for me, are must-win. Big Steve always says it, I always say it, and I think everybody else is in agreement that I'm not arsed about being top of the league right now or being second in the league right now. It's about being within arm's length, about being within reaching distance, so that if we need to hunt down whoever's on top, we have the platform to do so. But if we start dropping more and more points before Christmas, we just make life difficult for ourselves, more difficult for ourselves when we do decide we're going to click into gear and hunt whoever else down. So momentum and points.
Yeah, it's about staying with the pack, innit? You got to stay with them, ride it, and then when needed, then you can overtake. Obviously, it'd be nice to be top consistently. And one of the big concerns is, my mate Joe put it in our group chat today, one of the big concerns is we have the Club World Cup, so we're going to miss a game in that point. So then they'll have a game on, like Arsenal will have a game on handles of then. So if we don't beat Villa today, we could be going into January 9 points behind Arsenal. So then you look at the same situation as last season. You're looking at the fact that we're going to have to claw back these results. We're going to have to claw back these points. We're again in a 9-point deficit. I get we got a game in hand, but you have to win that game in hand. So you honestly, this is a really, really, we need to win this game. We need to win this game. And like I said before, it is the first test, but they have been very, very good at home. Is it 13 on the bounce now? They got like some mad stat where it's like in a row how basically the home games have not lost at home for ages. But honestly, we don't want to be finding ourselves 9 points behind Arsenal and needing to win them games.
You don't want to leave. You just don't want to leave yourself too much to do. I have full faith that this team will click into gear. I assume something will happen, as it always does, that kickstarts or ignites the fire and the players get going. But you don't want to get to that point and have left yourself with just too much to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to leave yourself a mountain that you can't climb in terms of the Premier League race. And someone in the chat here says it. Where is it? Yeah. A World with Colour says City fans can't rely on Arsenal or Liverpool to drop points. We can't be sitting here saying, you know, well, Arsenal have never won a league, so they're definitely going to start dropping more and more points, or Liverpool, you know, they're going to drop more points. And we need to focus on ourselves. We need to start taking accountability, focus on ourselves and say, these are games we must win. We should have beaten Chelsea, we should have beaten Tottenham, and we should have beaten Liverpool. But that shouldn't stop us from going out and beating Aston Villa tonight. I think, look, even with injuries, there's still enough quality in this team to go out and beat Aston Villa tonight. I'm with you. I back them to win this game, but a few things have to be in place. Mentality has to be in place for me. I think the mentality has been poor. I don't like criticizing. I don't like questioning these things too often. But when you're switching off in games, particularly Liverpool and Tottenham, for 20 and 25 minutes, and your levels of energy drop and your complacency starts to kick in for 20, 25 minutes, that's a mentality thing. That's where a leader needs to come on, whoever the leader is, and say, we all need to lift this. Ruben Diaz, Kyle Walker, whoever, needs to say, we're dropping our standards here. And in the Premier League, when you drop your standards for 25 minutes to half an hour, you get stung. We got stung against Liverpool, we switched off. We got stung against Tottenham, we switched off. We will get stung in Villa Park if we don't come with the correct mentality. So I want to see the players come with a level of energy and focus and concentration and no complacency. That's the best way we'll get a result tonight. But yeah, I'm just looking at Villa results here, bro. They're absolutely flying. They drew away with Bournemouth 2-2 in the weekend. They beat Legia Warsaw at home, beat Fulham 3-1, beat Tottenham, beat AZ Alkmaar. They lost 2-0 away to Forest, beat Luton, beat Alkmaar. Yeah, man, they beat West Ham 4-1. Like, Villa are bad boys right now. That's why I'm saying be switched on.
Yeah, you cannot be complacent in this game, and that, like you say there, something that we have been is complacent in some of these games, and it's costing us 3 draws on the bounce now, and that's why I can't, like, any other situation other than the one that we're in right now, I'd take a draw at Villa Park. The way that Villa are playing, I'd take a draw. You'd be like, yes, this a draw would be a sick result given their form and how they're playing. A draw would be fine, but because of we've made our bed. 3 draws on the bounce. We find ourselves slipping off top spot, and then we're now currently sat 6 points behind Arsenal and needing to win tonight. And that's why we need to win. We need to gain these points back, because as we've seen plenty of times, you know what I mean, you have to take your chances to claw them points back. We don't, like I said before, you don't want to slip away. I think it's going to be difficult, but it's annoying because it is, for me, 3 points. It has to be 3 points. I back us, like I said a minute ago, and like you said, I back us, but we have to win this game tonight.
It has to be. It simply has to be for me. Like, I'm going to say the exact same thing I said after Tottenham as well. If we don't get the 3 points tonight, league's not done, but the point that me and Porty are about making here is applicable. You're starting to give yourself a lot to do. You're starting to give yourself the climb.
The molehill becomes a mountain, isn't it? Basically, you're starting to fall away from the pack, like we're saying at the start. There, you got to stay with that pack, and we're going to start slipping away. Like if Villa beat us tonight, they go bubbles, which is mad. It shows, man. It shows that they're doing bits.
Here, bro, from First City Saint, Second City Saint, but we call you First City Saint now because you're a legend, mate.
Because you're a G.
He said Erling, or hit the soundboard, bro. He says, Erling, I can't wait to miss sitters today, Haaland. I wanted to have a conversation about Haaland on the stream, and I want the chat to get involved. And don't take this conversation as, oh, we're doubting Erling Haaland, or we're saying he's not good enough. But You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting from him a big angry performance tonight. He knows he has missed some serious sitters this season. He has this season. You know what I mean? Last season he puts most of them to bed. He's still top of the charts. He's still scoring goals, but he could probably have double the amount he has now. He was angry coming off the pitch against Tottenham. I like that. I like to see Haaland angry. I want to see the players angry because it shows they actually give a shit. We want them to give a shit. So what we want to see from Haaland tonight is take that anger you had on the weekend into tonight. Say you're not going to miss that chance because you're going to get these chances again. I believe we will. When you've got players like Foden, Bernardo, you're going to get chances, but just put them to bed. If we can get Haaland's confidence up, get him angry, get him clinical, anybody's there to be beaten. Because the main way we've shot ourselves in the foot, the main two ways we've shot ourselves in the foot in recent weeks is a bit of complacency in periods of the game and just not being clinical. Simply not being clinical. There's no chance creation issue. We're creating the chances. We're just not.
Yeah. I mean, Haaland's. How many times have we said it this season that Haaland could have a hat trick by now? Haaland could have a hat trick by now because of the chances that he's missing. And obviously, I don't think it's a concern. He's still scored a lot of goals, and I still think he'll finish the season top goal scorer. I still think he's going to score bare, but he has just missed quite a lot. He's missed quite a lot recently, and if he can just switch that, he'd go straight back into firing form. Do you know what I mean? The goal scoring form. I think he just needs to get back into it. I mean, and I've said that quite a lot as well. Just a one goal, he got a second goal. I can't remember who it was against. It was right-footed top bins, and I was like, that second goal will do him bits because I think his first goal was a pen. I generally can't remember what game it was. First goal was a pen, and then he top bins it, and then I was like, that'll do him good because it'll give him that confidence going into the next games. But he's still missing chances, and yeah. I back and take it. I back and start taking his chances. Obviously, because it's Erling Haaland, you just gotta. It's kind of like trust the process because we don't really have an alternative anyway. We can't really play Alvarez as a striker. You just gotta go. Yep, Haaland. Yeah, Haaland. You just gotta keep playing him and hope he gets into like a goal scoring form. I do think. What I was gonna say then, I can't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah, Haaland starting is big for us. I think. There's not too much to be concerned about because, like I say, he is still scoring goals. It's just we need to take them chances, man. And I hope that when you say about putting the anger into it, let's just hope he doesn't put the anger into his shot power, mate, because his shot power's through the roof. Guys holding down fucking circle like no tomorrow. His shots are going straight up, mate. That's not the moon there. That's the ball from last week.
There's no doubt for me in my mind whatsoever that Erling Haaland is the best finisher in the world. But because he's young, like we forget because he's so good and how much he's achieved so quick that he's still really young. Like in that situation, the one where he really missed badly against Tottenham, you don't need to blast that, mate. Just pass that into the back of the net. Just pass it. Almost every goal Haaland scores, it's like what is it called? Time finishing or
yeah.
You need to just. It's not even a composure thing. It's just choice of the way he strikes the ball. But yeah, listen, tonight is huge. Tonight is huge for the team, for Erling Haaland. There's 310 people in the building, not even 200 likes. Chat. Please do me a favor, just smash that like button. It really, really helps myself and Jordy Porty and City Extra and helps new people find the channel. So smash the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Second City Saint again. First City Saint. Perfect. He says, good evening. Good evening is obviously big up Second City Saint, man, for the super chat. You're a real G. Good evening. Obviously, you all know that's Unai Emery's quote. That's his most famous.
That's his slogan, isn't it? Good evening. Yeah, that's his catchphrase.
Unai Emery and Aston Villa tonight will be hungry. They will view us as vulnerable right now. Yeah. They will view us as there to be got. They're looking at us and saying, City are showing complacency. City aren't winning the games they should be winning. City aren't taking the chances they should be taking, and they're missing 3 or 4 key players: Grealish, Doku, Rodri, De Bruyne. They're all, whether you like individual players or not, all of them collectively is a massive blow to the team. So Villa will be licking their lips tonight, and Unai Emery, who has done a fantastic job with Aston Villa, will have them probing, and Villa won't be playing for a draw. You know the way when Man City are really in their pomp and we're really doing well, Most teams are kind of saying if we could get a draw off City, that's a huge
Oh
result.
yeah, that is.
Villa will be out to win.
Yeah, they'll be out to get all 3 points here. 100% they'll go for it. They'll 100% go for it with the way that they're playing. That they'll see us, like you say, they'll see us like a wounded animal right now, and then this is their time to pounce. That's the way that people are viewing us, especially with 3 draws on the bounce. And the goals that we're conceding. Amos said it last night that Villa have scored the second most amount of goals in the Premier League this year. Or was it the most? It's one of the two. Second most amount of goals in the Premier League this year. Now, you throw in that bit of complacency that we've been having in our previous games, and that equals disaster for us with the fact that they're in good goal scoring form. So we've got to take this serious, man. We've got to take it serious. We've got to step up. I've got a stat right, and I'm not gonna say it. No, never mind. Because I can't say it, bro. I can't say it. Nah, bro, I can't. I'll jinx it. I was gonna say it, and then my brain said you can't say it. I can't say it.
You can't take the plane off and not land it.
Bro, it's staying there till finish. It's staying there. Do you want me to tell you, right? There's a stat, right? And it's grim. I may as well say it now. Unai Emery record versus Pep. Do you reckon it is?
Don't know.
See, I knew you didn't want to know it. I didn't want to know it. But Unai Emery has played 13 games against Pep Guardiola, and he's never won. Is
that a good or a bad thing? Is that a good or a bad thing?
He's never beaten Pep. Unai Emery's never beaten Pep.
I can already see my angry review tonight, man. I can already see it.
Right, see, I'm setting up the failure. I've thrown it up there, ready for Villa to just go bash and slam dunk at L on us. And Emery slides in my DMs and with a middle finger like that, good evening. That's exactly what I've just done.
That's an ugly stat, man. That's an ugly stat.
It stinks. It stinks.
But look, there's a caveat to every negative or positive. There's always a caveat, and the caveat for me is that, we said Villa will view us as wounded animals or vulnerable, whatever way you want to look at it. When our backs are against the walls, we do have a habit of fighting back, and we're like that Rottweiler that's injured, but he still keeps biting back, and eventually comes out on top, or Rocky 3 or some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for City will be well aware of how hungry and rampant Villa will be tonight. So we have to come out with our own energy, and we've gone over that. No complacency, proper energy, and that's just what we want to see. We're going to do a predicted 11 now in a sec, but just before we do, there is a bit of team news, some early team news on City Extra's Twitter. Big up Freddie Pie for always giving us the inside scoop. John Stones is set to start. That is absolutely huge for us as a team, having John Stones back on the team. First of all, my primary want from John Stones is no more injuries, brother. No more injuries. Please say this is you back now. You are back for the season, hopefully, to help us in this tough time. Jeremy Doku, I said he wasn't available. Turns out he's actually on the bench, so his injury mustn't have been as serious.
He's on the bench. He's definitely starting on the bench. I seen a FPL main road was like, Doku's not starting, but he is fine. Like he's just a concern, so he's not going to start this game.
If the game is still tight and we haven't won it clearly with about 20 minutes to go, I could see Doku coming on to impact and be that impact sub and add some pace. Say Matty Cash is tired or he's looking a bit fatigued, bring on Doku and tell him to have a run at Matty Cash. Be interesting to see though who actually starts. And then the final piece is Rico Lewis is in attacking midfield. That's confirmed. Rico Lewis will start in attacking midfield.
Is it confirmed in midfield? Yeah.
It says here on City Extra, Rico Lewis in attacking midfield. Maybe or is that just Freddie's prediction? I
don't know. To be fair, he's got it from somewhere. So
he wouldn't predict that without some sort of.
He would have got it from somewhere. That's pretty mad. Oh, people saying Ake on the bench as well. I didn't see that in the article, but where are people getting the Ake on the bench stuff from?
I'm flicking through City Extra here, and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, where are people saying Ake on the bench? I'm not seeing that. But so let's just go through them. So for starters, Rico Lewis being in the team, I don't think that means that we're not going to see Kyle Walker. I
No,
do.
I could see
Rico,
I could
like
see
you say,
Rico
there
playing as an
attacking
eight.
midfield. Rico will. I think Rico could genuinely transition fully into a midfielder. I think he's really good there. His progression, his ball carrying on the ball, basically the way this he speeds up the play so much. It's good. It's good. I think Rico Lewis. I think we could genuinely see Alvarez be dropped for this game.
I'm short term, yeah. Tonight wise, yeah, I could see Alvarez being dropped, but
I
just
don't
on
mean
the
long
Rico
term.
one, yeah. But long term on Rico, chat, don't send for me now if you don't agree with this. But I could see Rico over time, quite a bit of time, growing into a Gundogan type role, box to box,
Yeah,
controlling
yeah.
midfield, but with a bit more energy, like a hybrid of Bernardo and Gundo. I feel like I could
I
see him
agree.
growing into. So I don't know, but it's interesting. I mean, Rico's a top player. I'm sorry, he's a top
He's
player. He's
very,
going
very good.
he's going to get even better as well. So I said it on with FG and Steve. If you're good enough, you're old enough, throw him in, see what he can offer. Like Villa are going to come up with big energy tonight. They're going to be Villa Park is going to be loud. The players are going to be full of press, full of energy, full of enthusiasm. Rico Lewis has energy. He can combat that probably more than Kovacic does, probably more than Alvarez does in terms of energy and Duracell bunny type thing. So I can see why Pep would go with him in the eight, but I think it'll be a hard job for Rico if he isn't there. I think he'll be told, you got to get up and down that pitch. We need you in defence and we need you in attack. So it's a big test for him. Will we hop into our actual predicted starting 11?
Yeah.
Chat, just while he pulls that
Yeah.
up, there's nearly 400 people in the building. Good to see you all here. I'm glad you're all joining us tonight. Make sure you've smashed the like button. It's on 200, or it's on 160 likes. Let's try to get it up to 200 likes as soon as possible. Subscribe if you're new around here, and make sure you do join Jordan live at what are you, 7:30?
7:15.
7:15
It's
for
a
the official
8:15
watch room.
kickoff, which is weird.
Mad. So do join Jordy Porty at 7:15 for the official watch along tonight. Right, bro. Let's see who we pick. Let's see what the chat is saying. Chat, this is interactive. Get involved. Let us know your thoughts. Tell us if we're being idiots or tell us if we're being geniuses.
Well, it's definitely Edison, in it. I mean, that's the easy one. Edison definitely starts. So thing is, the issue, like we said this on the panel show last night, the issue isn't so much our defense; it's more our defense is exposed. So it's just like we just got to look at it in that sense of how we protect that defense a little bit more. So we know. I think Kyle Walker starts. Like we said, Rico Lewis there will be pushed forward, so it'll be a centre mid. I think you're going to see a back line. People are now saying that Ake is not playing; he's on the bench, which I thought Ake'd start over Vardiol, to be honest. But given that, I think it'll be Walker, Akanji, Diaz, and Vardiol.
Walker, Kanji, Diaz, Vardiol, and
John
you think
Stones
that
is CDM.
Stone starts as number 6, yeah.
And because then I'm thinking like Foden's gonna be a winger, Doku's gonna be on the bench, so you'd think that Bernardo would have to be the other winger. Bernardo's got to be the other winger, so Bernardo can't be in midfield to help out Kovacic. So in midfield, then I don't see him going Kovacic, Rico Lewis, and Alvarez. I think that's ham. Do you know what I mean? I think you're basically just leaving the defence even more exposed, especially leaving Kovacic in that 6. So I think he's got to put John Stones in there and Kovacic, and he puts Rico Lewis in there. This is the only way that my brain is accepting this.
Walker, Kanji, Diaz, Vardiol. Yeah, I can
And then
see that.
Stones is a CDM, basically.
I would, however, this is no stray at him, but I would like to see Vardiol taken out of the team just to let him settle. You know what I mean? He's getting a lot of criticism recently.
Yeah, I agree with that. The only reason I've actually put Vardiol in there is because people are saying that basically Ake's been confirmed as on the bench, which I've not seen anywhere.
Then Vardiol is starting, isn't he?
And Vardiol definitely starts. So yeah, I think that is the back line that I'd go with, and it's a flat back 4 as well.
I prefer Ake. I prefer Ake over Vardiol. I'd like an Ake, Diaz, Akanji, Walker if it's going to be Walker.
Yeah. If I could choose, if we didn't prior to knowing Ake's on the bench, I'd have started Ake over Vardiol 100%.
Yeah. So then we're both in agreement then that Stones has to be CDM.
Yeah. So John Stones now moves forward into CDM role as just standard CDM. which is mad. Flat back four, standard CDM. What's Pep cooking, man?
He
not
is.
this.
I've said what I've said it, and people can agree or disagree all they want that while Rodri and Stones are both not available at the same time, go back to the flat back four. Don't invert. Don't let Kyle Walker push up the pitch. Don't let Vardiel push up the pitch. I don't want to see a Kanji hovering around there either. Flat back four, four proper defenders, and then put Stones in the number 6 because Stones is the second best number 6 at this club. Even though he's not an out and out number 6, he is the second best, and that's a bad look for Calvin and that. But unfortunately, it's just true. So while like I said, while Rodri and Stones can't play together, just do flat back four. Flat back four, no inverting. Let the 4 boys be solid in defence because we've leaked too many goals. We've not been solid enough in defence. Put some emphasis on the defence. Let the 4 defenders just defend. Just defend. Don't fly forward.
I've just found it as well, by the way. It's a guy called Jake Gorfin who's saying that Ake is set to be on the bench. So for people putting why Ake in that, I think, Ake is basically on the bench. But I'm with you. Flat back 4. Keep it simple when we don't have the players that we need in it. Like, you don't have to overdo it. So that's the back 5 basically with Stones in there. 4 defenders. I know it is mystery. It's very ham because you're playing all your defenders in one goal. But what you've got to remember is John Stones is playing as a CDM. Like, he is going to be pushed further forward.
Basics, bro. Just go back to basics. Just do what works in terms of defending. You know what I'm saying? You can't ship 3 goals to Tottenham. You can't ship 4 goals to Chelsea. We all know, hand on heart, that's a poor defensive showing. So put more emphasis on the defense and tell them just be solid. Don't worry about, like, please, Kyle Walker, stay in our half. Do not go up.
Yeah.
So I don't, like, that white line that goes across the middle of the pitch,
Yeah.
don't cross it. Don't cross it. That is, like the floor is lava type thing. The other side is lava.
Don't pass that. Don't pass that. Midfield wise, then obviously we've got John Stones in there already. Kovacic, I think is a must. It just has to be.
Kovacic Rico. It's Kovacic Rico.
Yeah, it's Kovacic, and it's going to be Rico Lewis when I can find him. Rico Lewis's picture on the City website is so dead.
Big up sub to Typical City and Mancunian Way with the 10-month member.
Yes,
He says smash the likes. That's it, chat. We're building our predicted 11 here, but make sure you have smashed the like button like sub to Typical City and Mancunian Way says. Get those likes up and subscribe if you're new about the town. So the midfield we've got here is Stones, Kova, Rico.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. Bring back Kev, man. Bring back Bernardo. Bring back bring back Gundo, man. I don't like this.
Why did we have to get? Who at City said Gundo 2 years? Nah, mate, you can't do that. Who at City said that? Because it wasn't Pep. Pep wanted him to stay. Who's done that to us? Some informant, man, is in the club behind enemy lines making us make bad decisions like getting rid of Gundogan.
Did you see my tweet yesterday? It got like 2,000 likes. It was it's a deleted photo of Gundogan wearing this season's jersey. So they took the photo before. Before he moved to Barca. So there's an actual image of Gundo wearing this season's jersey. But obviously then left to go to Barca. So
stinks.
I mean, chat. We listen. This is nowhere near my preferred midfield, but our hand is forced. Pep's hand is forced. There's no De Bruyne. There's no Rodri. I don't know. I mean, could we see well, we couldn't even see Foden in midfield because we need him on one of the wings and we need Bernardo on the other.
That's it. Foden and Bernardo are basically occupied because you go full wingers.
Is there any chance Foden plays midfield or one of Foden and Bernardo plays midfield and Oscar Bob plays in the wing?
I don't think so. I don't. I'd love it because it's proper sink or swim. But genuinely, I don't think there's a chance for that. Not in this game.
Yeah, he wouldn't start. Rico and Oscar Bob, would he? Is that overkill?
I think it might be a bit too ham. I think he'll go with Bernardo right wing. So we may as well move on to that then.
I think it says Foden has to play midfield. He can't. There's no wingers.
He can't play midfield.
This is the kind of game where you're sitting there saying, "Damn, we shouldn't have sold Cole Palmer."
I mean, yeah, Cole Palmer would have started this game.
He would have.
Where else Bernardo is there? Yeah, so I think this is your front three. Then I think you've got it's going to be. Oh wow, they're behind that thing. Hang on, let me just let me move this. This team lineup's massive, mate. Like, you know what I mean? Let's make it. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Haaland, Foden, Bernardo. Like Bernardo right wing, Foden left wing, Haaland up top. People saying, well, Haaland sitting there says drop Lewis. Lewis is confirmed. Rico Lewis is confirmed to start the game. So
Doku's confirmed pretty well to start on the bench.
Doku's confirmed to start on the bench. Rico Lewis is confirmed to start the game.
The front three is solid. Front three is solid, but something we also have to take into account with this midfield / front three, it will be very fluid. You will see Foden, you will see Bernardo at times dropping into midfield and central sort of areas to get involved and play there. They won't be told to just exclusively hold the width the whole time. Foden will drop into kind of 10 areas. Bernardo will at times too. It'll be fluid because we need there's not a huge amount of creativity there in Stones, Kovacic and Rico Lewis right now. Rico's probably the most creative of the three, but you don't want to put all the creative pressure on him. So there's big pressure on Foden and Bernardo here tonight to cover a lot of ground and to basically take up a number of roles. You need to have impact in a number of areas in the pitch. So it's it's a massive test. Like going to Villa Park, missing the players we are, it's never going to be an easy pick for Pep.
I think is there any chance for Alvarez to start in any in our position?
Right wing and Foden drops into midfield.
Or Bernardo. Bernardo mid to help out. Then that's a lot of helping out CDM wise.
Why don't we take Kovacic out and put Alvarez in there instead of him?
Because I feel like it needs a bit more protection, that midfield. Like Alvarez has been dipping in that mid. And that's a concern for me. Because Alvarez has been dipping in the midfield. I do feel like we're being left open. Basically, teams are like we were speaking about this yesterday. Teams are genuinely just like, it's like everyone's going, come on, through here. You know what I mean? Single file and just walking straight through. So I feel like having Kovacic in there would help out a lot. Just to break up the play a little bit. And obviously he's very press resistant as well. I do think there's levels to go with Kovacic. I do think like he at City, we're not seeing the best of him yet. Without a doubt. But I do think he's hit the ground and not running. He's hit the ground walking. So he has landed. He's just he's not stumbled. He just needs to pick it up a little bit, man. I feel like he's got the system quite well, quite fast. I just think
I've done a U-turn. I've done a U-turn here, bro.
What on Kovacic? I can't. Alvarez and Rico Lewis is ham. Alvarez and Rico Lewis is ham. Stones CDM. Yeah, but then it's a lot of it's a lot of you're relying a lot on Stones here to just clean up.
You got a flat back four. They're gonna be solid.
I'll pull it in the chat, but I think Alvarez. I think with this what we've got so far starts.
Right. Do Paul Alvarez or Kovacic?
Yeah. Ask a question, Alvarez.
Kovacic has played fuck all football as well.
I think Kovacic starts.
I fully get where you're coming from. I'm just trying to get into Pep's head here.
Get into that bald brain, then you gotta shave your hair off, bro. Then you can get straight in.
No chance.
Hurrah! Alvarez levels are out. I think Kovacic as an extra body in midfield, I think that works. I think it works.
I get it. I don't know. Is there enough creativity there?
But then, that's what there's not. But we got to rely on our front three players to do that. You don't have to just like say, "Yo, boys," you don't have to pull some out of the bag.
Chat man, get involved in the poll. The poll's in the chat. Only 81 votes. There's nearly 500 of you here.
It's flip flopping now. It's on 49 and 51. It's just flip flopping between the two. Dark Knight says we look defensive with this lineup, barely any attack and creativity. That's the issue. If we had Kev, right, I'd be so much more chill. Kev in place of Rico there, mate. A midfield of Kev, Stones and Kovacic. Oh, mate, we're cooking. We're eating dinner good tonight.
Yeah, that would change. That would change absolutely everything. But unfortunately, Kev is on his side missions right now.
Yeah, Kev is. I mean, guy's just busy doing side quests at F1 and that. Do you know what I mean? And getting turkey teeth and shit. Guy's living his best life. Whilst we're here with no midfield, someone needs to string his legs back together, man.
I think this lineup, if we're gonna go with it, Kovacic is winning now with 56%. But if we're gonna go with this lineup, it relies massively on just Haaland. You got to be clinical. Like if you
Haaland's got to take his chances.
He's gonna get less chances with this lineup, less chances. But the chances he does get, you gotta take them, buddy. You gotta take them.
Iptra says there, Nunes, and that's Nunes is a missing man at the moment. Do you know what I mean? We need them missing posters up. Like, I don't know where Nunes is. There's no updates. Guy's just injured. Guy just doesn't. He just doesn't exist anymore. And then the media forget that he plays for Manchester City and forget to ask Pep about him. So the guy just doesn't exist.
Yeah, they're asking fucking Gary O'Neill at Wolves. How's Nunes getting on? If he transferred.
yeah. We've not seen Nunes in the side for a while. What's happened to him? He's like, what are you on about, mate? Oh my god!
Right.
Oh wait! We've got news! We've got news!
Or do something.
We've got news! Team lineup news. So, speaking of the missing man, Nunes, he's on the bench. Nunes is on the bench. Okay. That's not the big news though. Mateo Kovacic is amongst the substitutes.
So it's Alvarez Rico.
So that is just on hand for this. Mateo Kovacic, as we've just been having the discussion about it, is amongst the substitutes.
So it's Alvarez Rico.
Calvin Phillips.
What?
Oh my god, it could be Calvin Phillips. It could genuinely be Calvin Phillips. Honestly, my brain, I think it's going to be Calvin Phillips.
Bro, I need you to slow down for a second. you're just shouting. I don't know what you're on.
There's a lot going on. Right, so let's take it slow, yeah? So, substitutes tonight, Nathan Ake, Oscar Bob, Mateus Nunes, and Mateo Kovacic are all on the bench. So that means in our little team lineup that we've just been doing, and we've just been having this conversation, Kovacic is not going to start. So we know Rico Lewis is going to start in midfield. We're predicting John Stones is going to start in midfield. Now, that leaves a spot, and it's either going to be Alvarez or it's going to be Phillips.
What, Phillips in the 8?
Yeah, man, pinging balls about.
Or else Stones drop back into the defence and Phillips goes number 6.
That's mad.
And we got to start all over again.
Yeah, but that stinks. That stinks. Yeah, but I don't want to do that, innit? 4-2-3-1.
There's no way in hell he starts Phillips as a number 8.
All right. I'm gonna rework this thing now. Yeah, right. As, if Alvarez plays, let's pretend we scored a goal. If Alvarez plays,
my brain's overloading now,
bro. My brain, honestly.
Could it be a Stones Phillips double pivot with Rico in front?
It could be, or it could be a Stones Rico Lewis. And again, you think Rico Lewis attacking, wouldn't you? So maybe we could get a Stones Phillips. Chat, just give me a second, because this is it's a mess. Stones Phillips, but then Rico Lewis right.
I think it's Stones Phillips Rico in front, Alvarez on the bench.
Stones Phillips, Alvarez stays on the bench. Where are you, Alvarez, mate? We've got loads of players on the pitch. Alvarez, mate, get off. You're not invited.
Or else Rico Stones double pivot and Alvarez in front. But we've been told by City Extra that Rico starts attacking mid, haven't we?
Yeah, in an attacking sense. Foot Tomato says Rico DM. Yeah, because Rico and Stones double pivot works as well, though. So, like, what I've got on the screen there, yeah, you've got Rico as, like, a centre attacking mid. But you could have Rico Lewis next to Stones. You don't play Calvin Phillips because he's washed. And you play Alvarez instead here. So it's a 4-2-3-1. Like that.
Yeah.
That team there, I think that's the team. I think it's a 4-2-3-1. I think that's the team. Chat, what we're saying? Is this our banter era? No, it's not the team.
I'll do the super chat first before we calm ourselves down. Big up Rustin O'Neill with the 9.99. He says our defense needs to be shored up. What's DAG?
The G will come.
The goals will come.
The goals,
Walker,
yeah.
Okay. Drop Walker. He hasn't come up, or he hasn't been up to the races. Move Akanji to right back and bring in Ake as left back. Vardiol in his natural centre back position, and Diaz isn't exposed. But the thing is, Rustin, we've been told Ake's on the bench, haven't we?
Yeah, so we've been told Ake's on the bench, so it's going to be Vardiol left back, unfortunately. But I do think it's... I like that idea. But obviously, we're not going to get that, unfortunately.
Big up Rustin for the
Super
super
chat,
chat, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate it, bro.
500 people in the building. We're all in our nerves together. Make sure you hit the like button. 250 likes. Let's get up to 300 likes rapid. Smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. We're 5 subs currently, bro, by the way, off 84.4k. So if 5 of you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and like the stream, man. It helps us massively. Big up Rustin. Big up Rustin for the super chat, man. Legend. Right, bro. I like this team. I like the look of the one you have on screen now. I can't even lie.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of cooking with this, bro. Give me some good ingredients. Not the best ingredients. I'm having a standard dish. You know what I mean? But I think that's the team, man. I think that'll be it. Given the news we've got, I think that's where we'll run with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kovacic, Nunes, Bob, and Ake all among the subs. So that kind of insinuates Alvarez starts. We know Rico's starting. I think we are as close. But see that kind of middle three you have there of Foden, Alvarez, and Bernardo? That will be fluid. That'll be really, really fluid, I think.
Yeah, they'll be switching about. Because they'll move around and help each other. You can even see, like, I mean, Alvarez will move over to right, and sometimes Foden will. I mean, they'll switch it up. They'll switch it up.
Yeah. Right, I think, considering the hand of cards we've been dealt, chat, you all have the duty now to say W or L team. I want you all to say W if it's a good team, L if it's a bad team, and we'll get kind of a common consensus.
Yeah, this team, we've set the team. Now you tell us Wagwan. With the news that we've got, this is the team that we put out. Foot Tomato says 10 out of 10, mate.
This is the toughest team we've had to pick, I think, since I joined the channel.
I think it's FG can't be starting. He looks shaky. I think, genuinely, this is probably one of the most eagerly awaited lineups from Pep in a long time.
I agree. Probably, you know what? Probably since the Champions League final in Porto.
Yeah. Just because,
when it was like...
it's like your head's wrecked, isn't it? You don't know what's going to go on. So, like, now, like, we're coming up with all these different ideas of what's going to happen. Pep could do something completely different. I mean, the sauces might be dead sauces, but I don't think they are.
What is the source?
Jake Goffin is called.
Is he a big Donny or?
I'm not sure, but Freddie trusts him.
He's a Wolves fan.
Yeah, but clearly gets.
What the hell's he got to do with us?
Clearly gets info wrong.
Why is he on?
Freddie must. Yeah, Freddie won't tweet it. Freddie won't tweet it if it was shit. I'd sit Diaz game for a game. OG says, yeah, I just don't think we're going to afford to right now. That's the issue. Like in this, anyway, when Rodri's back, potentially because you could put Stones in.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Ake? Benched, mate.
Yep. Well, that's kind of it, really. I suppose that's the best we can come up with.
Yeah, that's the best that our brains can see. You've only come to see the Villa. That's the best my brain can conjure up.
Right. I suppose we should do our score predictions. This is going to be a tough one as well. Chat, get in your score predictions. I want to see what you lot are saying before I do mine. I need some help.
He needs some help. He needs some milk. Right, I put a poll in the chat as well, WL lineup, and it's very heavily towards W, which is good. Ivancho says 1-1. Josh says 3-1. Nari Mene says 1-0. City Local Respect with a 2-1. MT with a 3-1. 4-0 Shamar Young. 1-1. And I've seen draws, man. Seen draws. Glenn says 3-2. I think my genuine, and I said this last night, whilst we were off camera, whilst we were just chilling playing Fortnite and clubs. 3-2 is my genuine thoughts. I think that City will win 3. Billy, you said that to me last night as well. So repeat. 3-2. I think 3-2 City. Saka's older brother says 3-1. Oh.
I said 3-2 to City on the Big Six. Was it last night or 2 nights ago? I said 3-2 City on the Big Six, but that's just for some reason both my head and my heart say 3-2 City. I think we're going to concede. I think we're going to concede 2, but I just think there's a big attacking performance coming. I think there's an angry Haaland performance coming. I think Haaland's going to bag at least 1 or 2. I could see Foden having a sick game. Like we said a lot this season, these are the kind of games where your back's against the wall, you're missing Kev, you're missing Rodri. Foden, mate, you stand up, you rise, Foden. This is where you show your experience now, because even though he's still a young guy, you're an experienced player, you're an established, a lot of medals and that. So stand up and make something happen. So I'm expecting a big performance from Haaland and Foden. We know what Bernardo's going to bring. Stones back is a big boost. So I'm gonna join you, bro. 3-2 Manchester.
It stinks of a draw, but I think it'll be 3-2. My head says 3-2 in it. So, but when I think about this game, I think, oh yeah, that reeks of a draw. That I think Foden will get a goal because he's been slamming, and I think Foden scores. I think Haaland gets 2.
Yeah.
I think
I can see that.
Diaby and Watkins score. Andy says there Watkins, Diaby, and Bailey. I think Diaby and Watkins score for Villa. That's scary. That Diaby, Bailey, and Watkins, mate. Diaby's rapid as well.
Put 5k on it. If I had 5k, maybe. But I don't have 5K.
Yeah. Nah. No.
Right. I think it's been a really fun preview, by the way.
It's been great. This.
Enjoyed it done.
Big
up, absolutely everybody who's joined us. Still 510 of you here. We're going to start wrapping it up now. Geordie Porty's going live at 7:15 for the official watch along. It's an interactive watch along. They're great fun to watch. They're great fun to be a part of. For those of you asking, no, I'm not there. I'm currently in Dublin, but I will do a couple watch alongs in December and January.
Yes.
So they are there to look forward to. Do us a massive favor on this stream. There's still loads of you here. Like I said, please hit the like button. It helps us more than you understand, and it's free to do. So hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Let me see if we hit 84.4k. I know we were 1 subscriber away a second ago. 1 subscriber. Yes, we passed it. 84.4k.
Yes, love it.
We are now 600 away from 85k. Then we're on the home straight to the big 100k. So listen, chat, I want to say before tonight, thank you all. Thank you all for your continued support. The new shows we have recently, Big Steve, Daps, the panel, you're all loving them, and we appreciate you all getting involved. They're popping, man. They're sick to do. They're sick to be involved. And so big up all of you, man. Be with Geordie Porty at 7:15, and we'll see you all in a bit.
Yeah, man. See you in a bit.